Hello everyone, in this video we are just going to interface servo motor with our node MCU by developing the relevant Python scripts using Micropython in Tony IDE. Let's get started. So this is the Tony IDE. I'm just going to create a new project by clicking on Ctrl N, and I'm going to save this to my computer. Go to the respective location where you want the files to be stored. I'm going to name it as servo. So it will be automatically stored as servo.py file, that is Python file. So before going to the script of controlling the servo motor, let me just show you some details about the servo motor that we are going to interface. So you can see clearly this is the servo motor that we are going to activate using node MCU by writing relevant Python scripts in Tony IDE in this particular video. Regarding the pinouts of this particular servo motor, you can clearly see there will be three different color wires in the servo motor. One is the brown wire, and this brown wire is nothing but ground wire of servo motor, using which you can connect ground of the power source or microcontroller, and the middle red wire is nothing but the positive wire, that is the power source wire of servo motor. So this is the positive rail using which you can power up the servo motor, and the last and final wire is nothing but the orange wire right over here. So this orange wire is the signal wire. So here is where you need to give the relevant signals for controlling the position of knob of servo motor. So as per the signal or PWM signal that you generate right over here in the signal, after powering of this particular servo motor using the positive and ground, that is brown and red, you will be achieving the respective positions in the knob of the servo motor accurately. So servo motors are most commonly used for achieving accurate angle in the knob of the motor. Unlike other motors like DC or stepper, this servo motor will be more accurate than those kinds of motor. So if you give a particular signal, it will go to 90 degrees. If you give a particular signal, it will go to 180 degrees, and so on. So this is why we will be using this servo motor for precise applications where precision is more important. So that is why you use this particular servo motors in applications where precision is more important. So let me just explain you in detail about the schematic that we are going to build for running this servo motor, for activating the servo motor using node MCU. We are not going to use any external power source since I am not going to connect any load to this particular servo motor. So the current consumption will be minimum. So I am just going to power up this particular servo motor with the node MCU internal regulator power source. So I'm not going to use any external source. All you required is a node MCU development board and a servo motor of this kind. That is a miniature servo motor. This is actually a basic miniature servo motor with less load and current consumption. If you are connecting any load in the servo motor, this is not recommended. If you are just testing the servo motor with the node MCU, you can just power this particular motor with the node MCU regulator itself. So let me just explain you the schematic that I am going to build in the hardware for activating the servo motor, and you can clearly see this is the servo motor and this one is the node MCU. I am not going to use any external power source. So as I mentioned, the red wire from the servo motor is the positive rail of servo motor which will be powering up the servo motor. So I am just going to connect V in of node MCU to red wire of servo motor, that is the middle terminal. And regarding the brown wire, it is the negative terminal or ground. So I am just going to connect the brown wire to the ground of node MCU. And as I mentioned, the orange is the PWM signal line or signal line of servo motor. So I am just going to connect that particular line to one of the digital pins, that is, let's say to be D4 of node MCU. So I will be doing this connection using the male to male jumpers, 3 male to male jumpers, and that's all about the connection. And further I will be connecting the node MCU to my PC USB port using micro USB cable. So that's all about the schematic that I'm going to build, and let's build the Python scripts for activating the servo motor. Before that, let me just explain you the PWM signals that we want to generate for controlling the knob position of servo motor. Then we can move to the Python script generation part. Before moving to the Micropython script generation for controlling the accurate knob position of servo motor for activating the servo motor, we just want to understand the signal that you want to produce for controlling the knob position of servo motor using PWM available in Node MCU. So let me just show you this. This is the signals that is relevant for you to generate for controlling the knob position of servo motor. So if you generate a pulse like this, that is, this is a complete pulse, right? So this complete pulse is of period, total time period 20 millisecond. And if I generate a pulse of 20 millisecond time period with 1 millisecond on and 19 millisecond off, the knob position of servo motor will be in 0 degrees. And if I produce a pulse of same 20 millisecond time period with only duty cycle changed to 1.5 millisecond on and 18.5 millisecond off, the knob position of servo motor will be in 90 degrees. And if I change the on time of the same pulse to 2 milliseconds, then the knob position of servo motor will be in 180 degrees. That's it. The servo motor or this particular servo motor can activate only up to 180 degrees accurately. Beyond that, we cannot activate this particular servo motor. This is common for almost all the small variants of servo motors, and you can control any servo motor with the help of this particular signal mapping. So 1 millisecond on and 19 millisecond off will achieve the 0 degrees in knob position of servo motor. 1.5 millisecond on and 18.5 millisecond off will generate, or it will bring the knob position of servo motor to 90 degrees accurately, and 2 milliseconds on and the rest off will bring the knob position of servo motor to 180 degrees. So this is what, or this is how you can control the knob position of servo motor. Let's just calculate the frequency of signals that we need to generate for controlling the knob position of servo motor or for activating the servo motor accurately. I'm just opening the Tony IDE, and here, as we saw just now, we just want to produce a pulse of time period 20 millisecond, which means frequency is nothing but 1 divided by time period, that is 1 divided by 20 millisecond. So which gives us 50 Hertz as the frequency of pulse that we want to generate for controlling the servo motor. And we have a onboard PWM module in our ESP8266 SoC, which is 10-bit PWM that is already available in 8266. So we are just going to utilize that for controlling the servo motor, and I am just going to make a note of the pulses that we studied, that is 1 millisecond on plus 19 millisecond off will generate 0 degrees, will achieve 0 degrees in the knob of servo motor. .5 millisecond on and 18.5 millisecond off will generate will produce or bring the knob position of servo motor to 90 degrees. And finally 2 millisecond on and 18 millisecond off will bring my knob position of servo motor to 180 degrees. That's all about the degree of freedom of servo motor. We cannot control the servo motor beyond that. So now let me just write a simple program for controlling the servo motor using PWM. We have already wrote a PWM related program for controlling the LED brightness in previous one of our video, that is generating PWM signals in NodeMCU by writing Python scripts. So in this also we are just going to do the same. That is, I'm just going to import mission and U time, and this time I'm just going to declare a variable servo. So as I connected my servo motor to D4, let me just find the pin to which, or the equivalent GPIO pin number for that D4. So I'm just opening the NodeMCU pinout, and you can clearly see D4 is connected to GPIO 2. So external D4 is nothing but GPIO 2. So I'm just going to write or configure the GPIO 2 as output pin first, and I'm going to assign it to the variable servo right over here. So I can just write like mission.pin 2 comma mission.pin.out, and further I'm just going to write like PWM is equal to mission.pwm servo. So I'm just assigning the servo variable, that is GPIO2, a PWM functionality, or I'm enabling the PWM module for the particular servo pin, that is GPIO2. And after that I'm just defining a function. Let me just define a function for varying the duty cycle of PWM wave duty. I'm receiving a parameter duty, and inside that I'm just going to call the PWM duty, and I'm just writing the infinite loop. Inside the infinite loop I'm just going to call the function duty, and I'm going to set the duty to something around like, let me just leave it as blank, and come to the top for initializing the PWM. So I can write like PWM dot init frequency is equal to 50 as we discussed and calculated, and the duty I'm just giving it as 20. So frequency I have fixed it to 50 so that the time period will be automatically 20 milliseconds, and as we discussed we have a 10-bit PWM module available in our SoC ESP8266. So our duty cycle will vary from 0 to 1024, that is 2 to the power 10 values for 0 to 100% duty cycle. So as we discussed, we only require 1 millisecond on to 2 millisecond on. So 1 millisecond on is nothing but it's just 5% duty cycle, and 2 millisecond on is nothing but it's just 10% duty cycle of 20 milliseconds. So how I achieve these values, that is very simple. So 1 millisecond divided by 20 millisecond is nothing but 0.05%, and 2 millisecond divided by 20 millisecond is nothing but 0.1%. So 0.1 is nothing but it's 10%, 0.1, and this is 0.05, and 0.05 is nothing but 5%, into 100 it will be 5%, and this into 100 it will be 10%. So this is how I achieved 5% to 10%. So 1024, 5% of 1024 is nothing but 20, and 10% of 1024 is nothing but 120. Let's round it off to 120. So minimum duty cycle that we can provide is 20 minutes, 20, and maximum duty cycle that we can provide is 120. So here let me just provide the minimum duty cycle 20, and I am saving the script. I have already connected my node MCU, and I have built the circuit that I have discussed in the video, and let's see whether the servo motor is achieving the 0 degrees. I'm just running the script by clicking on this particular icon. It has achieved the 0%. Now I am giving 120. I'm saving and running the script. You can see it has achieved 120, 180 degrees. And in between, if I want to change the duty cycle, let me just give it a 70. I'm saving and running the script. You can see it will achieve around 90 degrees. It's 90 degrees. So this is how you can control the servo motor using PWM signals generated using Micropython in ESP8266. And in addition to that, I have built a logic for rotating the servo motor from 0 to 180 and 180 to 0. You can clearly see I have written two for loops. One for rotating the servo motor from 120 to 20, that is 180 to 0 degrees, and one for rotating the servo motor from 0 degrees to 180 degrees. So this for loop will rotate the servo motor from 180 degrees to 0 degrees, that is 120 to 20, and this for loop will run the servo motor from 0 degrees to 180 degrees, that is from 20 to 120. So I am just saving the script, and I am going to run this and visualize the output in the hardware. So this is the output that we got in the hardware. The knob of the servo motor is oscillating between 0 to 180 degrees now, and again from 180 degrees to 0 degrees. It continues to rotate because everything is written inside infinite loop, that is while of true. So this is the output that we got in the hardware. We successfully activated the servo motor by generating respective PWM signals using Python scripts in Node MCU using Tony IDE. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.